what happened with Iran, with the alarming threat to fly plane into Capitol investigation. They got a recording, a threat heard by multiple air traffic controllers in New York to fly a plane into the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday to avenge the death of Iranian terrorist Qasem Soleimani is being investigated, CBS reported Wednesday. Audio of the threat, which was obtained by CBS News, went as follows, and it was a digitized voice recording. We are flying a plane into the Capitol on Wednesday. Soleimani will be avenged. The threat heard by American air traffic controllers was made Monday, the one-year anniversary of Soleimani's death. So, it's unclear who sent the threat. CBS reported Wednesday morning. While the government does not believe the warning of the attack is credible, it has been investigated as a breach of aviation frequency, CBS has learned. While the government does not believe the warning of an attack is credible? What do you mean, while the government does not believe the warning of an attack is credible on a one-year anniversary? You best believe it's a credible source if they're saying it on a one-year anniversary. You don't just say, oh, it's just somebody playing a prank. It's so funny. You got to take this stuff seriously. So what do you think is going to happen here with this?
Well, we've talked about this before, about basically the mindset of the leaders of Iran.
Do you remember what I said about it, though, in the video that we did 11 and a half months ago? Remember what I said will happen?
Tell us.
Kai, do you remember what I said will happen?
You said something
I
about
hope
anniversaries.
Watch what he said. What did I say will happen with this Soleimani?
They're very, like with rituals and
anniversaries.
Dates, important anniversaries and dates.
You know what I said? I hope you go watch that and see what was said. Here's what I said. I said the day after, if Trump loses and Biden gets elected, that day they will plan their attack. I said the day they know Trump's no longer in, Biden's in, they will plan their attack. Because they're not afraid of Biden, but they're afraid of Trump. Because Trump took out Soleimani. They're going to avenge Soleimani. There's no question about it. They're going to avenge Soleimani. That is not going to be something
I have a little bit
that'll be
different
stopped.
opinion.
I'd love to hear it.
I think it's a diversion tactic. I think you keep this revenge for Soleimani out there. We're going to kill Trump. We're going to fly planes into your Capitol building. It keeps conversations off about them getting what they need to build a nuclear bomb or getting Joe Biden to be favorable to them going forward. I think this is an awful lot of talk, with not a lot of action. I'm not saying they're not capable of doing it, or I'm not saying they're not pissed off or they're planning something. My opinion, it's a little bit more political than just we vow revenge and we're going to do it no matter what it takes. Because there's a lot at stake here with what they're trying to accomplish, with the relationship they had with Obama, which I'm sure they'll think will continue with Biden, and how Trump treated them the last 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this a few episodes ago about Soleimani. We addressed this. I know you've got some very strong. You said they're very proud people. Like they're with very long memories. They're not just gonna let this
brace
thing,
for impact.
Yes.
Brace for impact. You took out their number 2 guy. It's not a regular guy you took out. You took the guy that was poised to one day replace the leader of Iran. This is a guy that could have been the president, strategic, connected. Guy had boots on the ground, connected with the soldiers, connected with everybody in Iraq. He had so many strong connections, and he was a strategic guy. So you take a guy like that out, like when they took out the nuclear scientist, their number one nuclear scientist.
He must have had a good reason to do it. I mean, Trump doesn't have a reputation of taking out potential foreign leaders. I mean, there must have been some serious reasons why they had to do it at that point.
I don't disagree. I do think there was strong reasons to do it. I just think they're also going to have strong reasons to say we're coming back to, retaliate this. What's going to happen with this? I pray to God nothing happens.
Here's the one thing, at least with Trump, he would warn them, hey, you try to do anything about it, you're going to regret it forever. I don't see Biden making that similar threat.
What's your prediction with Iran over the next couple of years?
They're going to do something.
And do they fear retaliation? Meaning, are they like, holy shit, if we do this, we're going to have USA, NATO, Israel, whoever come after us?
No,
do they fear them at all?
Well, who has Iran's back now?
Russia?
Who else has Iran's back now?
What is it, China?
China's got Iran's back. China, you know how much money China invests into Iran? Have
Billions.
you seen the number? Do you know the number?
No, tell me.
It's a $400 billion number type of thing. We're not talking small number, right?
Yeah.
So, they're protected now. When you're protected like that, you got to be very careful if you go after them, because the protection is by people that are potentially the top threats to U.S. So you don't mess with them. So they feel a little bit more like, oh yeah, I'm going to call the Gambino family on you. Oh, yeah? Okay, come on, say something to me. It's like that. They have protection now. So
Right.
when you get protection, you push your weight a little bit. Say something. What do you got to say? Go ahead. So they're playing a little bit aggressive.
And plus, China has loyal comrades because they pump so much money into them. They're indebted. They have to take their marching orders from whatever China tells them to do.
What's China and Russia's relationship these days? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't read anything about it lately. I'm sure they're cautiously, watching each other.
They're on the border.
Yeah, there you go. China and Iran approach massive $400 billion deal. This is July 17, 2020. China is going to give Iran $400 billion. Why is China investing into Iran? So let me tell you, man, you got to...
Humanitarian.
Yeah, very humanitarian. Now, of course, that's what it is. Humanitarian.
Philanthropic.
So again, Iran hope this is a false alarm and nothing happens with it, but knowing them, they have a memory that they're going to come back and want to do something about it. I hope I'm fully wrong when I'm talking about this. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.